Shalom. I want to give praises and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, Mashim Kakadash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of great most of them told me the truth. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. And this is just a random video I clicked on. It said two rings of the same bird. I thought I might as well click on it. Might as well do a lesson on it. I haven't watched it all the way through, but if this brother posted it, then yeah, it should be good. One from the dark.
Let's have a real moment here. Because at some point, someone has to stand up and say what everyone else is too hypnotized to admit. The political system we've built isn't just flawed. It's a full-blown comedy routine performed with all the confidence of people who genuinely think they're saving the world. Every 4 years, we get this dramatic national ritual where everyone pretends their life depends on choosing between evil A and evil B. And the media packages it like a Marvel movie trailer. Coming this November, the slightly less terrible villain you'll feel obligated to cheer for. And people fall for it. Like it's the first time they've ever been alive. Meanwhile, the administration, any administration, pick one, is standing there with a straight face saying, "This time, we promise we'll fix everything." While the country looks like a Walmart after Black Friday. Fluorescent lights flickering, shelves empty, and someone in the background screaming in the distance because the self-checkout froze again. And the funniest part? They say it with sincerity.
Yeah, Daniel 8 and 25. It says, and for his policy. Also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. So yeah, because they have all this power, and they can control all these policies that they put out, and the heart is lifted up. When I say the heart, I mean the lab, the mind. The minds are lifted up, man. And by peace shall destroy many. So yeah, that's what I'm going to tell you, man. This is all for peace. But it's not. Because it says they shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, being Yahushua, but he shall be broken without hand. So we know they're going to lose. We know they're going to lose. But yeah, man, let's continue.
Who in charge could burn your house down, hand you the ashes in a government-issued bucket, and then give a press conference explaining how this is actually progress. This administration is committed to reducing carbon footprints, starting with yours. And then half the country applauds like it's a TED Talk. The other half votes for the alternative guy whose entire campaign strategy is basically, yeah, I might be a dumpster fire, but hey, at least I'm not that dumpster fire. This is what passes for leadership now. A national competition to see which politician can disappoint you slightly slower than the other one. And then people get mad at you for not being excited about it.
And even then, it's cast out. Yeah, Matthew 12 and 26, he says, only Satan cast out Satan. Or the accuser, who's Esau Edom, cast out the accuser. He's divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? So as we see, the kingdom's falling. The kingdom's falling. And it'll be soon. With time for the Israelites to rule. Second address. 6 and 9. Says, for Esau is the end of the world, being the end of an age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So yeah, Jacob will come along right after Esau, and that's when you're gonna see them ships. When I say them ships, I mean those so-called UFOs. You gonna see them? We all gonna see them. You see house-sized ships are gonna cover the whole face of the entire earth, man. Look at this. Look at the time on the video 244. Oh, praise the Yahweh. Let's continue.
Oh, what do you mean you don't like the other candidate? This one only destroys the economy at 70 miles an hour instead of 95. Oh, well, yeah. In that case, let me go get my sticker. Can't wait to Instagram myself participating in the grand tradition of choosing which flavor of chaos I'd like poured over my life this year. But the real magic trick, the real spiritual level delusion, is how the people still genuinely believe that government exists to improve their lives. As if the purpose of the system has ever been anything except
let's look at that word government. It's a government, an act of governing or ruling. System by which a thing is governed, especially a state. It's a control, direction, administration. It is for governor to steer, be at the helm of government rule. Yeah. Basically one of those.
maintaining the system. That's like...
And even then the system is failing. The witchcraft is failing too. Hence why we're able to see all these things. Hence before the prophets you couldn't see these things. But now the prophets are here, you can see these things. You can see that their kingdom is falling, man. That's what you can see. But let's carry on.
Waiting for your landlord to suddenly become passionate about your personal happiness. That's not how this works. Governments don't create freedom. They administer consequences. They don't solve problems. They manage symptoms. And they sure as hell don't elevate consciousness. Hell, half the time, it feels like they're actively lowering it just to keep everyone on the same page. And somehow, after a couple centuries of this circus, people still think voting is a moral duty instead of what it actually is.
As it says, for the Egyptians being the modern day Egyptians, being these Americans, shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. So yeah, they ain't gonna help it, man. They're not gonna help. Hence why everything's falling. And not even that, they're in trillions of debt in there, so yeah, it's gonna continue to fall. And everything's going to get expensive.
A ritualized illusion of choice that keeps everyone emotionally invested in a machine designed to run exactly the same, no matter who's sitting at the desk. And listen, this isn't about being above politics. It's about being awake enough to call the absurdity what it is. It's about realizing that choosing the lesser of two evils is still choosing evil. And the fact that this is considered normal tells you everything you need to know about the world we've inherited. Imagine going to a restaurant and the waiter says, "Oh, well, tonight's specials are poison."
I do said the world we inherited. Genesis. As it says here, and Esau said unto Genesis 27:38, it says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Of course he's going to weep for that, because he's going to get something. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. So yeah, they own the skies, man, and they own the best places to live. This was given to them. And they did it by way of the sword, as it says, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion meaning the rulership, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. In which that's what they've been doing, man. All these years they've been doing it. Yeah, let's carry on.
Poison with a side of fries. And everyone else around you nods seriously and says, "Oh, well, I guess we have to pick the one with the fries. That's the responsible thing to do." Meanwhile, the kitchen's owned by the same people. The chef rotates between both dishes. And the waiter's tip doesn't change no matter which one you order. But hey, at least you participated in the process, right? The truth, the clarity, the reason this message hits deeper than politics ever could is that real change never comes from a ballot box. It comes from individuals who remember they have sovereignty. From communities who build alternatives instead of waiting for the empire to magically sprout a conscience. From people who look at the system, laugh at the absurdity, and step out of the illusion and start living like human beings instead of obedient citizens. When you stop worshiping the lesser of two evils, you stop being controlled by evil at all. That is the point. That is the awakening. That is the whole damn message.
Oh, I forgot the scripture's going. Yeah, verse 22, Proverbs 1 and 22 says, how long, ye simple ones? How long, ye simple ones, or ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorn, and fools hate knowledge. And essentially, that's true. Fools do hate knowledge. And it says, turn you out my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Woo! 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 Funny. Am I funny? Oh, no. Woo! Because I've called And you refused. I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded, so they didn't care. And because they didn't care, then the Lord's gonna leave you, man. He said, because you have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Yeah, they didn't care about what the prophets were saying, man. They didn't care. Even today, they still don't care. It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. And when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Shema Hoshe. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Basically, them despising the prophets, man. So therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. So yeah, carry on. You're gonna fall anyway. So for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. And again, the Lord who brings that evil, man. Babylon's falling because the Lord's angry, and that's what He said will happen. As the midst mentioned here, I formed the Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So yeah, when the Lord does all this, man. But yeah, all this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, Shemra Kakadash, and Shalom.